All right, so how would you sum up what these protests have been like since it began?
First, it was like a snowball being thrown. You know what I mean? It was small, but it was heartfelt. It was going pretty fast. But then it seemed to hit a hill, and seemed to go down that hill and pick up more and more and more snow along the way. And now it's a huge boulder of snow barreling out of control, taking everything with it. The momentum's amazing. Everybody's out now. It's not just a party or some people are trying to have a good time. People are really, I think, making themselves felt what they want.
And tonight in particular, it seems like a lot of people. Is this the most you've seen so far? Or?
Yes. Barring the first night or two of things happening, yes, it's getting bigger.
What's the craziest thing you've seen so far, would you say?
I guess just the cops and the feds shooting people indiscriminately with actual canisters of gas or things that aren't supposed to be hitting humans at all, and just shooting random people with rubber bullets, shooting in the crowds.
How do the tactics of the federal authorities compare to the Portland Police Bureau?
They can do whatever they want. Whatever they want.
Whereas the Portland police are more constrained, or?
Yes, they're on the leash. They answer to the people here, and they'll get ostracized or punished in some way if because they have to live with everyone here. Whereas the feds, they're just floating in from wherever.
How do you sort of describe like the political composition of the people who would come here? Like, what is their ideology?
I'd say most of it. They seem like liberals. But not strictly speaking, I guess. I'd say, by and large, they are liberals, Democrats, it seems.
Liberals and Democrats?
Yeah.
Is there sort of like a more radical element as well?
A couple people. Radical? No. I haven't seen much radical, no. There's little talk of it, but no.
Well, like, a lot of people, you see the anarchist logo around a lot. That connotes anarchy, right?
That's a couple kids doing that, though. That doesn't represent the majority's view.
It doesn't?
Yeah.
Okay. So when the people say, oh, it's Antifa, that's sort of a misnomer?
Yes.
What is there? Would it be fair to say that there's an influence of Antifa at all, or is that just sort of made up?
Yeah, there is an influence, but as with a lot of things, it's blown out of proportion. It's put in people's minds because it's spray painted up someplace or whatever. But once again, it doesn't represent the view of most people. Most people are moderate, I would say.
Moderate?
Yeah. And they can really be pushed into any camp. They're kind of like sheep. People are much like sheep. But in this case, yeah, I would say very few radicals.
Because my impression is, in order to want to go out in the middle of the night, withstand tear gas, everything else that goes on, you probably have to have a little bit more of a radical edge, wouldn't you say? Like that? I just don't see a whole lot of moderates taking it upon themselves to do that.
I've actually seen quite a few mom and pops out tonight. People who have very nice clothes on, who you wouldn't expect to see here. That's not necessarily the case, but the vast majority of these people are 20-somethings, 30-somethings. People who have an adventurous spirit to begin with. You know what I mean? We're talking more nimble, younger generation. So they kind of, even if they are moderate, they have an adventurous spirit. So,
what did you think when the mayor showed up a few days ago?
I think it's cool. I think it shows that the people sitting high up are really being pushed around by the common man and their wants. It's showing that democracy does work, and that if you don't do what the people want, they're going to make you pay for it somehow.
So him coming out actually proved the efficacy of the protests.
Correct.
Because he had to go before them and declare, at least his claim was that he was in alignment with the protest. Whether people accept that as true or not is a different issue, but they wielded enough power that elicited him to come out.
Yes. If this is happening all over, I really feel like this movement is not just a phase or something. It's real. And although there are some radicals or some people who would use this as a party or just something to, have a good night Saturday night or something with, I think the vast majority of people are pushing the buttons of people who are high up who can do something.
When you say that certain people use it as a party, like what does that mean? What do they do to party? I mean,
you come out with friends, you know what I mean? Have a
hang
couple
out
beers and hang out and get free food, like, you know what I mean? Just
like a
use
sort of
it
a
in some way.
festival type atmosphere.
Correct. But I really don't feel like that's going on. A lot of these people care. They're coming out night after night after night. It's not just, they're coming out weekdays and, getting tear gassed and going through things that aren't fun. They're actually running into tear gas and rubber bullets to yell out, slogans in their support of, the rights.
My face is on fire. Ice. I need ice, please.
I don't have any. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyone got ice?
These chemical wipes.
So that guy probably got gassed.
Yes.
I got a little bit of it earlier, not too bad.
And it wouldn't be that hard to actually get away from the CS gas because they're only doing it in a very small, relatively speaking, area. But these people are going into that area and getting gas to show their support of this movement. I think that says it all.
Do you think most of the people here would vote for Joe Biden? Like just because they want to get Trump out? I mean, even though they're not too enthusiastic about Biden?
That's a good point. I think they would vote for anybody to get Trump out. Yes, he is hated. He is hated by just about everybody here. But
And what's the main reason for why he's so hated?
people see him as a bully, as a businessman, a shyster who cares only about himself and his constituents. He will stop at nothing to paint everyone else in a negative way and get what he wants and wield power that shouldn't be truly his.
Well, Biden's going to be the Democratic nominee. So do you think what choice will most people make as far as you can infer?
I don't know. Biden's a dead fish. He's just kind of there. Doesn't even flop around really. I don't know. There's no life in him at all. I can't see him representing, any kind of element, even moderate, like liberals. I don't know.
But what's the other option then? He's the Democratic nominee.
There really is no other option. That's the way it works. If he's pushed to the top, people will vote for him just to get Trump out. So he could have a good chance of winning, actually. Just Biden being there the longest, holding on.
We'll change hail to the chief to hail to the dead fish. All right. Any sort of concluding thoughts? Anything that you think was worth mentioning?
I think everyone should stay true to what they believe in and fight any kind of oppression of any kind at all, whether it comes from your parents or your governor or the president, anybody. Fight for what you believe in.
All right. What's your name?
Peter Jackson.
All right. Good to meet you.
Me too.